Musicians have always been linked to military tradition, and music has played an essential part in the military throughout history. These traditions are carried forward by Naval Reserve musicians as they perform their duties. Naval Reserve bands have been supporting the Royal Canadian Navy and the Canadian people for decades. Whether it's performing the national anthem at a ceremony or hosting a concert to honor veterans and those who have served. Canada is host to 24 Naval Reserve divisions across the nation. We are proud to introduce you to these bands and their phenomenal musicians.
Our Naval Reserve bands are located in Calgary, Winnipeg, Hamilton, Toronto, Montreal, and Quebec City. Each Naval Reserve band has its own unique working environment, but the core of our work remains similar. Whether at home or abroad, Naval Reserve musicians perform at government functions, parades, ceremonies, recruiting activities, and in support of the military and civilian community.
We were in Nova Scotia in Halifax, and we were welcoming the return of a Canadian submarine from, I believe, 9 or 10 months on deployment.
Nos musiciens de la réserve navale viennent de milieux très variés et chaque musicien a une histoire unique qui explique pourquoi il a décidé de rejoindre l'une de nos musiques.
Alors, je me suis enrôlé au sein de la musique du NCSM Montcalm grâce à une amie, une collègue de classe avec qui j'étudiais en musique. Alors, j'étais à la maîtrise en musique et elle complétait son baccalauréat en éducation et elle m'a invité à venir participer à une répétition de la musique du NCSM Montcalm et en fait, j'ai été surpris par cohésion d'équipe puis la bonne entente qui régnait au sein des musiciens, l'accueil qui m'a été réservé. Donc, ça m'a vraiment invité, je me suis vraiment senti invité à faire mon audition et à venir jouer avec la musique du NCSM Montcalm.
Reason I joined the military was because of my family. I have several different relatives, my parents, aunts, uncles who participated as musicians and other trades within the military.
En tant que marin, je suis quelqu'un qui participe à tous les exercices qui sont proposés par la musique. Par exemple, mon emploi d'été, c'est d'être militaire. Mon emploi à temps partiel, c'est d'être militaire, toujours dans la musique. Fait que moi, en tant que marin, je dirais que je suis musicien à temps partiel et à temps plein l'été. En tant que musicien, j'ai fait un DEC en musique. J'ai fait aussi le Conservatoire de musique de Québec, toujours en musique classique. J'ai toujours étudié la musique classique là, ici dans la ville de Québec. Aujourd'hui, en tant que civil, je suis rendu un étudiant au cégep en sciences naturelles qui s'en va vers la biologie plus tard. La musique nationale de la réserve navale participe à des concerts et à des entraînements tout au long de l'année, y compris une longue tournée d'été et des engagements les fins de semaine. Chacune des 6 musiques de la réserve navale fournit des musiciens à la formation nationale. La musique nationale vise à interagir avec les Canadiens partout au pays et s'est produite dans divers endroits, notamment à Victoria, en Colombie-Britannique et à St. John's, à Terre-Neuve.
I have been from coast to coast in Canada. I've been from Halifax to Victoria. I've been to Quebec, Ontario, BC, Alberta. I've pretty much covered the country.
The different places that I've been able to visit while a part of the Royal Canadian Navy have been Victoria, Quebec City, Halifax, Montreal, Calgary, and St. John's.
I did get a chance to go abroad to the United States to do the Military Defense Attaché Ball in Washington back in 2015 with the National Band. And it was a very unique experience and it was a chance to perform in front of people from all around the world.
Our Naval Reserve musicians have a wealth of performing experience, whether it's with their local Naval Reserve Band, the National Band, or even assisting other Canadian Armed Forces bands.
So some cool experiences I've had in the band, and there's a lot because there's a wide breadth of things that you can do. First of all, the wide variety of performances or gigs that you do.
Hands down, the coolest experience that I've ever had as a musician in the Canadian Forces was getting the chance to play Tchaikovsky's 1812 Overture on Parliament Hill in front of thousands of people with live artillery. It was really, really cool.
It was a great experience getting to work with all these people that I'd never met before, but really getting to know them well, whether it was, our trumpet master classes or trumpet lessons or brass master classes.
C'est ça qui est bien avec les forces et avec la marine en particulier parce que la réserve navale, C'est un métier qui est vraiment ouvert partout à travers le Canada. Donc il y a des gens que j'ai rencontrés, que je pourrais même dire que c'est mes amis, certains mes meilleurs amis.
Our musicians join the military as highly skilled instrumentalists. They receive additional musical training at the Canadian Armed Forces School of Music and take part in leadership development and other military courses throughout the country.
You will always constantly grow as a musician if you're in the military because you're always trying to improve yourself there.
Vous, en tant que dans votre vie de musicienne, dans quel type d'ensemble vous jouez?
Donc un peu de jazz toujours, ce qui est vraiment plaisant pour moi qui est musicienne de jazz. Mais ce que j'aime justement des fois, c'est que ça me permet aussi de toucher à de la musique comme musique d'harmonie.
So the main kind of music I've been exposed to through the military that I don't experience outside of work is jazz music.
I have participated in the clarinet quartet, the saxophone quartet, the flute choir, and then just the regular parade band.
I play in a conch shell ensemble, which I believe is at the very least the only conch shell ensemble in Canada. I'd be willing to bet that it's the only conch shell ensemble in a much wider range than that.
It is an honor to wear the uniform and represent Canada as a Naval Reserve musician. The ability to perform and raise esprit de corps throughout Canada, sharing the camaraderie with fellow musicians and Canadians alike, and serve our country in a variety of unique ways is truly what keeps our music going.
Being a musician in the Naval Reserves is really a great opportunity to expand your range as a musician, and as well as to be able to meet a lot of great people and travel to a lot of really interesting places and play for a variety of audiences. And I think that a lot of these experiences are unique to a military band. So I'm very grateful for being a musician in the reserves, and yes, I hope I can contribute more in the future.